Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jordan Anderson, and welcome to the audio podcast. I've converted my vlogs into sound for your convenience and your enjoyment.
Hey, David, what's up?
Hey, Jordan, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, man. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thanks for bringing me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, I'm pumped. Okay, so let's jump right into it. Walk us through, as a cinematographer, say, the last 20 minutes leading up to the very first time you press record.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I try and have kind of a vision going into a project, what it's going to look like, how it's going to feel, what the overall motion is, have a plan. But I've also found that I like to be able to kind of evolve that plan on set. So let me give an example. I shot a promo for my local Anytime Fitness, and I had kind of a vision in mind that was going to be kind of epic, this epic workout video, kind of dramatic. I'd seen a lot of good short films like that kind of inspired me. So that's kind of the vision I had in mind going in. But the client wanted some testimonials, so we shot some testimonials. And while we're shooting these testimonials, I found they're very emotional. A lot of these people are, customers of the gym that have gone through some hard times, and they've battled cancer, and here they are in the gym and getting back in shape and changing their life. But they're very emotional. I got a couple shots where they were crying on screen and everything. So, so my vision kind of changed on set, and then I realized I'm gonna have to shoot this project a little differently because this is not what I had in mind. So that's something I found, is just being willing to let your vision change on set with what you're capturing. But do have a plan going in. The other thing, on a more practical level, something I found is really connecting with your talent, whoever's on camera. So you want them to feel very comfortable. Get to know them before you shoot if you can. Get them pumped to be on camera, just excited about it, not nervous. Reassure them. We can cut this. There's no stress here. That's a big thing. Make them comfortable. And the other thing too, I found, is really shooting for the edit. How am I gonna cut this in with B-roll? Establishing each scene. I want a wide shot, establishing where we are. Give a little perspective. That's a big thing. Really just shooting for the edit. Honestly, that's a big thing. Each shot you shoot, know where it's going to come in the edit, what you're going to use it for, what emotion it's going to evoke. That's a big thing. And then more down on the practical level, right beforehand, I found, for evoking certain emotion, your composition is key. If it's going to be more of a upbeat type video, whether it's like a Kickstarter or kind of more of a comedic or anything kind of lighter, upbeat. Personally, I like my composition to be more, my talent to be more centered in the screen. But if it's more dramatic, I like them to be off to, right side of the frame or left side of the frame, depending on your environment. So really checking your composition is a big thing. Checking your background. What does your scene look like? Do I have distracting things in my background? Is the wall or the scene behind the talent too busy? Checking for those kind of things, really dialing it in. A lot of my stuff is really run and gun, but I try and set aside at least some time to really get each of those scenes honed in, that it's not going to distract the viewers. That's another big thing. So another thing, kind of more on the technical, something I've been thinking about a lot lately as I've been shooting projects is how are you delivering? Are you delivering 16:9 or 235:1, or what's your aspect ratio? So I found for a lot of projects lately, I started shooting a little bit wider, just kind of anticipating my edit. Am I going to punch in and do kind of more of a cinematic aspect ratio? So playing ahead in that sense. So framing wide, I found, can be really helpful if you have any plans to maybe punch in later for that aspect ratio. And then just the overall steps. First off, I like to set my camera first, get it where I want it, have an idea of where my talent's going to sit when they get there. And then, from there, I'll go to set up my lights, get a feel for my scene, get a stand-in if I can, or if the client's, willing to be there and kind of while you're setting up, have them sit in front of the camera for a minute while you're setting up lights. And then from there, I go and do my audio. I get a couple of audio tests, make sure my audio is sounding good. And so I kind of go in that order: camera, lights, and then audio. And then I kind of go back to camera, get it really more honed in. So if I need to make any last minute adjustments, whether it's, white balance or, do I want kind of that shallow depth of field look, or do I want to see everything in the frame? Do I want more of a wide aperture? So, those kind of things, that's when I dial in the camera more specifically.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks so much for listening, and be sure to subscribe so you can catch the next episode when it comes out. And if you haven't already, head over to YouTube and check these vlogs out for yourself. Thanks.